What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back with another rebuild after round 2 and 3 of the draft. So I thought it was only right to go ahead and kind of do a post AJ Brown Titans rebuild. And of course, they drafted Malik Willis. So on top of that, this is kind of a Malik Willis Titans rebuild. Before we get in today's video though, guys, if you could leave it a like and subscribe if you're new around here, that would be greatly appreciated. So we have a lot of rebuilds planned, like I said, so definitely hit that subscribe button, put those notifications on if you want to, because a lot of rebuilds planned post draft. So if you're interested in that, like I said. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Titans and kind of talk about who they drafted. Now I do want to ask you guys' opinion on something real quick for these future rebuilds. So I will say, every player that the Titans drafted, I gave them star development. So if you disagree with that and only think only a few players should get it, only like first rounders should get it, or whatever you think, definitely let me know down in the comment section below what I should do when I do future rebuilds. I don't think I'll do it for like round 4 through 7 players, but maybe first 3 rounds star development. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely let me know. But Malik Willis, Treylon Burks, Nicholas Petit-Frere, and then, of course, the defensive side of the ball, they got Roger McCreary. So, decent draft. I like that the Titans got a little bit younger, obviously. Obviously, the only thing I did hate on day 1 of the draft is I feel like the Titans didn't get much for AJ Brown whatsoever. They traded him for a first and a third. I hated that. I hated that so badly. They lost Julio and AJ Brown in the same offseason. Just not a great look. But one thing that kind of shows me the Titans are kind of like hang on for one more year, try to compete a little bit, and then after that they definitely have an escape route of Ryan Tannehill's contract, and they could really start to like retool, rebuild a little bit depending on how good Malik Willis is. And I think Malik Willis under Ryan Tannehill for a year will be pretty damn good, I hope anyway. So again, I don't understand the whole AJ Brown thing. I mean, I understand you didn't want to pay him, but offering him $16 million a year is just kind of stupid in my opinion. Like you saw what these other wide receivers were getting paid, and I feel like you didn't get enough for him. That's just my opinion. But regardless, for this season, we're just going to go ahead and simulate. So we're pretty much pretending we're after the draft. I have the 2023 draft class loaded. The only thing that will suck about these rebuilds is that the free agency class is going to be terrible. It's going to be trash. There's really not much I can do in the first free agency class, but it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and simulate this season with Ryan Tannehill, probably here for like one more year. Malik Willis is going to develop behind him, obviously. So we'll kind of see how that goes, but we are going to simulate to the playoffs and see if this Tennessee Titans team can make the postseason. So at the end of the season, we only went 7-10 in our division. It looks like the Jacksonville Jaguars kind of took over the division, but honestly, I'm more than okay with this because I kind of went into this video thinking I was going to do a little bit of a rebuild with the Tennessee Titans. Going to go a little young, obviously keep some veterans here and there, but for the most part, we're probably going to go to kind of a rebuild where we're going to be cutting Ryan Tannehill, rolling with Malik Willis, and that's going to be the thing. So we're going to go look at the player stats real quick. That way we know what we're getting into for some guys. So like I want to see how Treylon Burks did, obviously, and some other things. So if we go take a look, offense was 27th in the NFL. Defense was 31st. So yeah, both sides of the ball not great. Ryan Tannehill actually not a bad year whatsoever. Releasing him would free up about $19 million. Well, we'll see what we want to do there. Rushing wise, Derrick Henry, 1,600 yards, 14 touchdowns. So, really solid season on Derrick Henry still. Robert Woods with 1,000 yards. Treylon Burks with 789 yards and 4 touchdowns. Rookie year, not too bad. Nick Westbrook had 8, and then Robert Woods 8, like I said. But I probably won't be keeping Robert Woods past this season, or past this offseason, I imagine. Jeffrey Simmons with 14 sacks. Harold Landry with 9.5, 4 from D'Amico Autry. Zach Cunningham with half. Amani Hooker, and then did like Roger McCreary get a interception. I don't even know if he was playing that much. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he got a lot of runs. So nothing from him. Still star development up to 74 overall though. So we'll have to see what we can get into in this offseason to make this team better. Like I said, we do have the 2023 draft class loaded. It's just this free agency class is going to be terrible. So not really going to be able to do anything in free agency in these rebuilds for the first year. So that's fine though. Let's go ahead and see who we need to re-sign. And if we decide to cut from Ryan Tannehill, like what do we want to do there? So let's go take a look. So we got Austin Hooper's free agent, Deshaun Hand. So honestly, if I'm going to give the keys to Malik Willis, I do want to keep Austin Hooper as like a serviceable tight end that Malik Willis could throw to. So I am going to go ahead and re-sign Austin Hooper because I'm not sure there's better options. So Austin Hooper, I'm going to go ahead and sign. So we can bring in Austin Hooper. Deshaun Hand at 26 years old, I'll bring him back for as like a veteran deal. But other than that, I think I'm not going to do much of anything else. Nick Westbrook actually had a really solid year for us at 25. Only going to cost $4 million. I'll offer. If he accepts it, he is back. So we get ourselves a wide receiver that actually had a productive year for us. So yeah, I think other than that, I'm good. I'm going to leave everyone else out to dry, unfortunately. So for free agency day 1, again, this is not going to be a great free agency class. So probably won't be doing too much here. It's going to be really draft that we need to focus on. So if you take a look at the draft, I'm not even sure if we're going to be yeah, we should anyway. Actually, no, I don't even think we're going to have a first round pick, are we? We'll see. We'll see. But Nicholas Petit Frere went up to star development. Nate Davis, star development. Taylor Lewan, and then Ben Jones. And honestly, wait, is Nate Davis even supposed to be on this team? He might have just signed. I'm not sure if he is or not. Maybe he is, actually. I always see him in free agency. That's why I was wondering. Or no, never mind. I'm tripping. Forget what I said. Kevin Byard, you got Jeffrey Simmons, Deshaun Hand, D'Amico Autry. So D'Amico Autry, I think, went up to star development. Unless if he was star already, but don't remember. Christian Fulton, Caleb Farley, Buster Scrime. But that's going to give Roger McCreary a chance to kind of step in as that third corner now. Amani Hooker, as well as your strong safety, Bud Dupree and Harold Landry and Zach Cunningham. But let's go into free agency and kind of see if there's anything we can really get. I mean, we really don't have much money at all, so I'm not sure I'll be doing anything crazy in free agency. We're probably just going to be having to build through the draft like usual. Jabril Peppers is out here at superstar dev. Obviously, kind of like that, but I guess I could throw him at strong safety. But we do have a Monty Hooker already, so it may not be necessary, to be honest with you. So again, this free agency class probably not going to be going too crazy here. Really not much I can do. Jayon Brown, to former Tennessee Titan. Tyler Conklin, Steven Nelson. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going crazy here. Literally, I think I might be cutting Ryan Tannehill and Robert Woods and going into this draft with obviously the idea of getting younger and getting better. So that is what I'm going to do. So Ryan Tannehill, apologies, my friend, but I am going to be rolling with Malik Willis for the rest of the video. So I am going to go ahead and cut Ryan Tannehill, free up that $19 million, and then I'm going to cut Robert Woods as well to free up that money. That way we have money going forward. And now we're rolling with Malik Willis and Treylon Burks as the guys of this team. Ben Jones and Jay Jones are little, so we do need a guard. Ben Jones can be fine for this year. Gonna need another wide receiver in this draft, so still a lot of gaping needs. So I don't think we'll be able to address it all in one offseason, but we'll figure out what we can, come up with. So we don't need a corner, that's for sure. We have a lot of good young corners, so I'm happy with that. So we're just gonna go straight to the draft now. So we freed up a lot of money, obviously, but I'm not gonna be going crazy in free agency. So we're gonna go to the draft, and on draft night, we're gonna just do a lot better. And I think we have a first round pick, but I'm not totally sure. Obviously, this is gonna be the 2022 picks, even though this is actually the 2023 draft, but Madden crashed, so I'll be back. So we do have round 1 pick number 12. We do not have a second round pick in this draft, so I'm kind of half tempted to get a second rounder because we definitely are gonna need one for the amount of holes we do have. So thinking of trading my third and maybe my fifth next year and seeing if that would give me a second round pick. I highly doubt it, but I got to give it a shot. So Chicago Bears, I mean, I'll just start with the first team. Yeah, it's not going to work. So if I traded my second next year, would they do this? 59 and 3 for a second in this year's draft. They don't accept that, so I'm going to have to give them another pick. So let's give them like 7th next year, and they should accept this. So let's give us a second round. Nope, never mind. What about, let's say, round 4 or round 5? Would they do a round 5 pick for? Yes, there we go. So we got a second round pick in this draft now, which is what we desperately needed. So let's go ahead and head into this draft. So let's see what we can get. So at pick number 12, I mean, literally there's a lot of places we could go with this draft pick. So we'll just see what happens. So at pick number 12, so I like my secondary. So I'm not really worried about the secondary too much. Offensive line and a wide receiver is kind of our big gaping thing. So Paris Johnson, you got Max Johnson, Turner. So there's definitely some ability to take an O-lineman here. Jalen Jones, Bijo Jalari, Diggs, Tate Radledge, Marvin Mims. I mean, we definitely... Ooh, I like getting Eric Gilbert here as well. We just signed Austin Hooper, but Eric Gilbert, I know, comes in to out of this draft as like an 80-something overall. So, it's not our biggest need, but I do like him as a talented player. So I am going to go ahead and take Eric Gilbert with my first-round pick. I'm going to need another wide receiver in round 2, but the man is just a stud coming out of this draft. So Eric Gilbert, welcome to the Tennessee Titans. I'm happy with that selection. So let's go to our round 2. Pick number 2. Hopefully Marvin Mims is still available at this pick. We're going to have to hope and pray he is. So at round 2, we have Jermaine Burton. We have Jalen Carter. Okay, so let's go look at wide receivers because that's definitely something we need going into this year. Jermaine Burton, you got Jackson Smith, Myers, or Demaz, I should say. So Jermaine Burton, a release. I don't know if I've ever drafted Jermaine Burton, so I'm not really sure how good he is, but I'm going to draft him here in round 2. He is hidden development, so we got ourselves another hidden development wide receiver. That's a W. So just like that, address weapons for Malik Willis to be throwing to, so that's what we needed. Now, round 3, pick number 12, we should probably address defense or O-line here. So we have Chris Bogle, left tackle, right tackle. So there's a lot of O-linemen still on the board. Nick Cross, which I believe he actually was drafted in real life in this 2022 draft, but it is what it is. So we got a couple of power rushers we scouted quite a bit, so we can kind of take a look at them as well. B block shade, C finesse moves, B power moves. Actually doesn't look too bad. Do we want an end? Yeah, sure, why not? We'll grab another. Ooh, he has hidden development as well. So actually huge W of a draft so far. 3 hidden development players back to back to back. So can we get it and make it 4 back-to-back hidden development players? I mean, that would be a huge W if you could do that, but I'm not gonna count on it. Devin Richardson, EJ Williams, Reggie Grimes. So we already took an end. What should we be taking here? Maybe a guard. Maybe you should take like a developing guard. So like Caden Wallace out of Penn State. Let's see what he's looking like. C awareness. He doesn't look too bad. A lead block, B plus. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take him. He's going to be normal dev, but he looked solid enough that I thought that was a serviceable pick. So I'm going to head out of this draft now. Feel pretty good about how that draft went, and then we could take a look at the team, see how this draft went for us, and see what our team looks like. So going into this season, we got Eric Gilbert and Jermaine Burton as 2 weapons. Malik Willis could continue to throw to with Trey Burks as well. We signed Westbrook, who had a really good year for us last year, so we're kind of hoping he can repeat that. Wouldn't hurt to maybe get another wide receiver in free agency if Westbrook is underwhelming, but offense is definitely developing, and we got Nicholas Petit, of course, still young. Nate Davis is fine, Taylor Lewan, and then Ben Jones probably be gone after this year. But on the defensive side of the ball, we did get Walker here, so I honestly kind of want to throw him. I know Jeffrey Simmons is not really supposed to be a defensive tackle, so I kind of want to throw him back at the end spot. Deshaun Hand is listed at end, and then we also have Walker is listed at end right as well. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to move Deshaun Hand to defensive tackle and have Jeffrey Simmons play the outside, just because I think that's going to be better for us. So we'll go ahead and move him to the D tackle. That should fix the problem with having like no defensive tackle. So they're just plugging obviously Jeffrey Simmons there. So now if we take a look back at the defense, I mean, we didn't do anything crazy, but Walker probably won't get any run this year, but he'll be developing behind D'Amico Autry. So defense does look too bad. Middle linebacker, we're going to need to definitely address some things in free agency still, but it's, you know, I feel pretty good about how that draft went. We mostly focused on the offense for sure, but we're going to simulate this season with Malik Willis being the starting quarterback. I do need to sign a free agent quarterback real quick. That way Tom Brady doesn't appear on my team and take over and lead us to the damn playoffs, and he's not even in free agency, so probably won't even have to worry about that. But still, regardless, I'm going to sign like an Andy Dalton and call it good. So Andy Dalton, welcome to Tennessee. We're going to go ahead and simulate this season though, and we are going to see if this Tennessee Titans roster can go ahead and make the playoffs and be a really good team with Malik Willis under center. So at the end of the season, and Malik Willis is technically first year starting. I was going to say rookie year, but not his rookie year. We actually made the playoffs at 9-8, which is a very good sign of things to come for this team going forward. So I do want to look at the stats and kind of see how everybody did, obviously. So I'm really happy we made the playoffs. Even if it's 9-8, obviously we took a year off in the postseason because the Tennessee Titans have been a postseason contender for the last few years, but offense was 5th in the NFL with Malik Willis as the quarterback, and defense was 4th in the NFL. So both sides were actually really good. Would have loved to have seen a little bit more wins, but again, I'll take a playoff spot. Malik Willis 25-18, so solid year. Would love to see those interceptions come down. Obviously, rushing wise, Derrick Henry doing the usual thing, 1,800 yards, 14 touchdowns. Receiving, Jermaine Burton and Treylon Burks both at 1,000 yards apiece, which is awesome. Eric Gilbert with 800 yards as well. Superstar Dev, tight end, which is awesome. Defensively, sacks wise, we had 9.5 from Jeffrey Simmons, 8 from Harold Landry, 6.5 from D'Amico Autry, and then 3 from Deshaun Hand, 1.5 from Kevin Byard. And then interceptions, we had 3 from Farley, 2 from Cunningham, 2 from David Long, and 2 from Christian Fulton. So let's go ahead and jump into this playoff game going up against the Buffalo Bills. I mean, we literally have nothing to lose here because we are still rebuilding this team slowly but surely. So even if we do decide to lose here, I won't even be too upset. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Buffalo Bills. Malik Willis is, it's a snowy game as well, so it's going to be tough. Bills go up 3-0, and the Bills had a greater record than us, so I would not be surprised if we did lose here, but I'm just happy we even got here. 7-10. If we can make it a competitive football game, I'll be even happier. So 7-17. At least we're not. Okay, it's 14-17. Malik Willis doing his thing. We go take the lead. We do tie it up. Okay, Malik Willis, I see you. We take the lead now, 20-17. You come in here and beat Josh Allen. That is going to be huge on your resume. And okay, 1:11 left. As long as we don't give the Bills the ball back, we should be good. And we didn't. We have beat the Buffalo Bills in wild card weekend. What a huge start to Malik Willis' career here. Exactly what you want. Absolute freaking W. We're on the divisional round in Malik Willis' rookie year. Comes in to Buffalo and beats the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Let's go. So now that we're on the division round, we get to play our fellow division rival, the Indianapolis Colts. I wonder if they're still starting Matt Ryan at QB, and it looks like they are. So Matt Ryan and Malik Willis. I mean, if we can make it to the AFC Championship, that would just be phenomenal in Malik Willis' first year starting, but let's just see what happens. We got the Colts coming down the field, and it looks like they've put up a touchdown immediately. Malik Willis, can he respond? He does. It's 7-7. We get the ball back, and now we're at 14-7. Okay, well, this is huge, man. If we can win this game and go ahead and be in the AFC Championship, Malik Willis' first year starting, I mean, that is a lot more than I expected. So 28-10 is looking really good for us. It's looking really good as long as we don't let the Colts back in the game. We are continuing to get turnovers, and it is 34-10. And I think it's safe to say, boys, in Malik Willis' first year starting, we are literally going to the AFC Championship. That is actually crazy. Shout out to Malik Willis. Let's keep going, man. This next team we met up with in the playoffs in real life, and of course they lost and came up short to the Cincinnati Bengals. So what revenge would it be if Malik Willis could come in here and beat the Bengals and go to the damn Super Bowl? I mean, regardless, we are in the AFC Championship, which is way more than I expected anyway. So let's go ahead and see if we could beat the Bengals, man. That'd be awesome for Malik Willis. Let's see. I think we might have allowed a field goal. Yes, we did, and we are going to do nothing so far. Okay, Bengals are going to go up 10-0, but we've been in this position before. Malik Willis comes down and scores a touchdown. Okay, he could take the lead here, and he does just that. It's 14-10. 14-17, the Bengals take the lead back, and now it is 14-20. So if we get the ball to start the second quarter, we could definitely still take the lead here, and it's not looking like that. So it's 14-23. We do go ahead and make it a two-point game and get the ball back, 28-23. Get the ball back again. It's 35-23. Oh, my goodness, Malik Willis is going to do it. He's going to do it. We're going to go to the Super Bowl in our first year with Malik Willis being the starting quarterback. Now, I don't know how realistic that is, but it is Madden. I will take that. Wow. We come in here to the AFC playoffs and just absolutely run through it. Malik Willis, you freaking stud. Super Bowl bound already. That is actually crazy. We've made it to the Super Bowl with Malik Willis. And the beautiful part is, boys, I haven't even had to jump in one time to save Malik Willis and the Titans here, man. We are here going up against the Dallas Cowboys, which we know the Cowboys are a very tough team to beat. So, I mean, I'm going in with no expectations. We made it to the Super Bowl. A little surprising, but can we come in here and beat the Dallas Cowboys is the question, which is not going to be easy. I think we got to stop. No, it's 7-0. Never mind. We do tie it up, though. It's 7-10 now. Cowboys immediately respond. They're up 7-17. Can't allow the Cowboys to run away with this game. And looks like we're doing just that. So, I mean, honestly, the fact that we even got here is good in its own regard. So, I guess can't be too upset. 14-34, 14-41. I think it's safe to say, boys, we have definitely lost this game. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We got here, and that's all that matters, in my opinion. So Malik Willis will be back. We're going to retool the team a little bit, put up 35 points in the Super Bowl. Still, the Cowboys were just a lot better. So I wasn't really too surprised by that, but we're going to get into this next offseason and make the team even better after all this. We're about to go in this offseason with about $80 million in cap space. Like I said, we're going to be able to make this team even better. Rodgers going up a little bit in development, which is awesome. So we got him up to a 77 overall. And I want to look at development trades because I feel like we might have got somebody to go to like superstar dev for sure. I know Eric Gilbert was already superstar dev, but we definitely need to take a look and kind of see. So let's go take a look at the lineups real quick and see where we're at. So I do have the 2024 draft class loaded. Eric Gilbert is superstar dev, but Jermaine Burton and Treylon Burks are still star development. Malik Willis still star. Derrick Henry still obviously superstar X Factor. Jones went up quite a bit. We do need a center and we do need a guard though in this free agency class for sure. As far as our defensive line is concerned, Walker went up to superstar dev, so we could probably part ways with D'Amico Autry now if we want to. And then obviously Farley, McCrary, and Fulton. I love them. Monty Hook, I believe, is a free agent this offseason. Another middle linebacker wouldn't hurt either. Bud Dupree went up to superstar dev as well, but we're definitely going to be retooling this team a little bit. So let's go to the negotiation stage. I think Jeffrey Simmons is a free agent as well. So obviously 1000%, I'm going to keep Jeffrey Simmons. No reason not to. Hopefully he does accept this big fat extension and he is back. So Jeffrey Simmons is back. Brett Kern. I do want to keep Nate Davis. I mean, our offensive line is already going to get weak as it is with Ben Jones departing. So Nate Davis is back. W. And then Brett Kern, I'm not going to worry about too much. Trenton Cannon. So other than that, I think we got. So only other thing I'm going to do just to be safe, I'm going to sign a backup quarterback in Andy Dalton if he does accept it. No, never mind, it doesn't. Damn, okay. So that was a waste of time. But regardless, Amani Hooker. Didn't even look at him, man. Damn, I almost lost Amani Hooker for nothing. So let's get Amani Hooker back to be our strong safety. That way I don't have to worry about the secondary at all. So middle linebacker is really the only thing I think I need to technically address, along with the offensive line, because I do like my weapons. Another wide receiver wouldn't hurt, but I'm not going to lose sleep if I don't get one. So let's go to free agency, and let's see what we can get in free agency. So we do have Lamar Jackson, Rashawn Gary, Miles Jack. Wow. Couple linebackers here that would just be like crazy signings to the roster. If we could walk away with both of these guys, I would be more than happy, more than satisfied. But I do want to take a look, obviously, at the offensive line as well, because we do need some guards for sure. And maybe, do we need an offensive line? Or no, we don't need a tackle, because both our tackles, Luan, yes. We don't need a tackle. We need guards. So Connor Williams, okay, that could be actually not too bad. Center Mitch Morse, that could not be too bad either. Right guard. So I know what I want. I think I'm going to go for Mitch Morse, start things off. So I'm going to offer him a 1-year deal. Has no other offers. I really would love to walk with Miles Jack and Rashawn Gary, but I doubt that's possible. So how much is Rashawn Gary asking for? 1 year, 7-year, $20 million. I mean, he would be just absolutely insane on this roster. So would probably take over Bud Dupree's role. So we'll have his number 1 offer by quite a bit. Miles Jack, I would love to walk away with as well. So I don't know if I'm going to free up enough money to get all these guys, but I kind of want to give it a chance. So let's go ahead and see if there's anybody I can cut. That way I could walk away with all these guys just to upgrade the defense. So savings wise, we have Luan we could cut for about 14 million. Bayard we could cut. Henry we could cut. Zach Cunningham I could cut for 11 million. Bud Dupree frees up 10 million, which is exactly what I need. So Bud Dupree, if I get Rashawn Gary, really don't need you. And then D'Amico Autry I can cut as well, because we have Walker right behind him. So I'm going to cut D'Amico Autry as well. So that's going to free up enough money where we should be able to sign Miles Jack, Rashawn Gary, and Mitch Morse, which is it's a W. So let's go ahead and see if we could do just that. So Miles Jack, I'm going to offer on you now. Let's see if we can get you on this Tennessee Titans roster. Get myself another middle linebacker, 110 total points. And we do have the ability to hopefully, because now we're kind of in win now mode. So that's why I'm more than happy with signing these guys. So I'm going to offer Miles Jack just a little bit more money, just to entice him just a little bit more. We get all 3 of them, I would be completely satisfied. So let's see if we do get Rashawn Gary and Miles Jack to add to our linebacker core, which would just be insane. Rashawn Gary and Harold Landry would just, no, Miles Jack rejected, man. Come on, bro. I offered you such a good deal as well, but we did get Rashawn Gary and we got Mitch Morris. So I guess could be kind of happy there, which is great. Sucks though we did not get the middle linebacker I wanted. Miles Jack would have been perfect to add to this as well. We got Mitch Morris. Offensive line is okay. I mean, maybe we won't worry about guard too much. Our 74 overall third wide receiver isn't bad. Rashawn Gary and Harold Landry. You have Deshaun Hannon, Walker, Jeffrey Simmons. Only thing that would have completed this is Miles Jack in the middle right there, man. I'm so upset he didn't sign with us. That would have been freaking awesome. But we don't get him. We can't be too upset anymore. You have to try to figure something else out. So $18 million still to spend. Lamar Jackson, Kareem Hunt, don't need either of them. Jimmy Ward, Russell Gage. So, I mean, if we did need another wide receiver, I guess Russell Gage wouldn't be a bad idea. Cole Holcomb could be a serviceable starting middle linebacker, but man, I'm just going to be so upset that I didn't get Miles Jack the whole time. That sucks so bad. Miles Jack, bro, how could you not sign with me? But Cole Holcomb, Alexander Johnson at star development. So maybe we go Cole Holcomb or Drew Tranquil. I mean, either way, it would be fine. And then I guess the only other position was like guard, and we have Quentin Spain, and then we have Matt Paradis, and we have, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Cole Holcomb at middle linebacker, because I mean, I would just like to walk away with at least a middle linebacker in this free agency class. So Cole Holcomb, scheme fit. Still super upset we didn't get Miles Jack, but we can get Cole Holcomb. That'd be fine as well. So 81 overall, normal dev, middle linebacker. Walk away with him. I'll feel decently satisfied. So let's see if we do get him. We did get Cole Holcomb, so that's going to upgrade the team. And now we can head into this draft and see if we can get into the draft as well. I love my team. I love my roster. So let's get into this draft and let's make it even better. They have pick number 31 in this draft, so I don't know how good we can really get, but we don't have a, oh my goodness, after this, we don't even have a second or a third. I mean, I did trade it obviously, but our only other pick is a 6th rounder. So yeah, it's safe to say after this pick, I'm gone. So we got a couple offensive linemen, which may not be the worst idea in the world to just go ahead and take an O lineman call it good. So Bruce Pinkston, Stanford, we scouted him quite a bit. He looks decent enough. Is he hitting development? He is. So yeah, you know, I'm happy with that. I get an O lineman, walk away pretty happy. So all right, I'm out of this draft. We got what we needed. So at the end of the season, we ended up going 10-7, which was one game better than last year, which is still a good sign of things to come. But like I said, man, I just want to go ahead and finish this off by saying I like what the Tennessee Titans are doing, because you know, the only thing I hated was the AJ Brown trade. Obviously, I think he could have been a part of your future. But, I mean, you are kind of getting younger while potentially still being really good this next season with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry. Obviously, Treylon Burks going to have to make a huge impact, but we'll see what happens there. 29-9 from Malik Willis in his second year starting. So, I mean, made it to the Super Bowl in his first year. Let's see if we can do it again. Receiving-wise, Treylon Burks, 1,200 yards, 900 yards, 600 yards. Eric Gerbert with 500 yards. So, really solid all around there. And then defensively, I mean, really, if I feel like we added Miles Jackson to this equation, it would have been even better. Jeffrey Simmons, 8.5 sacks. Rashawn Gary, 11. 3.5 from Deshaun Hand, 2 from Landry, 2 from Walker, 1 from Farley, and 1 from Weaver. So now we got interceptions, 3 from Landry. Wow, Harold Landry got 3 interceptions. Farley, and then Fulton, and then 1, and 1. All right, here we go, baby. Jumping into another playoff game, going up against the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa. Let's see if we can come in and beat them. So Teron Armstead, shout out to the Dolphins for having a really good roster, but let's see if we can come in and beat them. So, honestly, if we do lose, I won't be too disappointed. I'm happy we even got to a Super Bowl in this video. We're up 3-0 to start things off. Defense playing decent so far. 10-0 lead, so no score allowed for us yet. It is now 13-0. Dolphins finally get up a score, being a field goal, and we are going to go up 20-3. Okay, 20-6. Dolphins get another field goal, so it's just a battle of the field goals here. 23-9. Another field goal for us, and then the Dolphins finally put up another field. Wait, was that? No, that was a score, I think. But it's 30-19, 37-19. I think it's safe to say, boys, we have definitely advanced in the playoffs. So Malik Willis, once again, just continuing to win playoff games. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's keep it going. So now we get to play the New York Jets, but we finally get a home playoff game. I think this might be our first home playoff game for Malik Willis. He's been doing this on the road, which is actually really impressive. So let's see if anything changed at home. But shout out to the Jets for having such a damn good draft as well, man. The Jets could be scary in the future if all goes well. But it is 7-7. Jets immediately scored and got 10. Okay, it's a field goal for them. We go up and even it up, 10-10. So it's battle of Zach Wilson versus Malik Willis. Ball is getting turned over quite a bit, and we are going to almost take the lead. It is a tie ball game again. 23-16. Can we go up and tie Malik Willis? Can we do it? No, it is 30-16. All right. First opportunity to jump in here and potentially get a touchdown and maybe force the ball back to us. Okay, let's see if I could do it here. I'm going to have X. Never mind. Did not have enough time there. So that is not a good start to this drive at all. All right. Yeah, honestly, man, I'm really happy that we even got to this point. So even if I come out here and throw an interception, I'm not going to be too mad. So just going to throw it up for Treylon Burks, and it does get intercepted. So yeah, that's fine. I don't care. All right, boys, I'm going to end it off there. Ooh, give me that fumble. But shout out to the Tennessee Titans, man. They're having I hated the AJ Brown trade, but I feel like their draft was decent. So I'm going to end it off there, though, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely let me know what you think about Malik Willis of the Tennessee Titans. But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.